This is ABC 7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us. Our top story, the Democratic National Convention kicking off in Philadelphia and getting off to a rough start. Controversy surrounding that email leak about DNC leaders still dominating the headlines, and many Bernie Sanders supporters not ready to accept unity. Karen Travers has more.
Bernie Sanders supporters interrupting and chanting his name at the first mention of Hillary Clinton, and that was during a prayer. Every mention after that, Bernie supporters are booing. Now, Democrats insist that their convention will be more optimistic, more positive than what they say the Republicans offered last week. So far, they haven't been able to avoid the same drama. Here in Philadelphia, Democratic Party unity being put to the test. That was supposed to be outgoing party chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz gaveling in the convention. Instead, she was a late scratch, an effort to avoid the potential reaction from angry Bernie Sanders supporters. An incredible scene today. Bernie Sanders telling his passionate supporters the focus is now defeating Donald Trump. But the raucous crowd clearly not liking their options.
And we have got to elect Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine.
Hillary Clinton hit the trail in North Carolina today.
Hello, Charlotte. Whoa.
This is supposed to be her week. But it kicked off with boos and anger at outgoing DNC chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
All right, everybody now, settle down.
Wasserman Schultz under fire, meeting with delegates from her home state of Florida. The controversy still brewing over those leaked emails showing top Democratic Party officials mocking Bernie Sanders and conspiring to hurt his campaign.
She has worked against democracy.
Ironically, tonight's theme is United Together. The lineup a nod to the Sanders corner of the Democratic Party. Senator Elizabeth Warren, a liberal darling who didn't endorse Clinton until after the primaries, delivering tonight's keynote address. And Sanders himself getting a coveted primetime speaking slot. There will also be a focus on family tonight. A young girl speaking with her mother, who's an undocumented immigrant. First Lady Michelle Obama also speaking tonight, talking about how Hillary Clinton represents her values. Reporting live from Philadelphia, Karen Travers, ABC News. Back to you.
All right, Karen, thank you. ABC 7's Haley Wilkes and Alan Cohen were at that Florida delegation breakfast in Philadelphia when the chaos erupted there. Our team coverage of the convention continues with their exclusive footage and reaction to the protests.
Good evening, Alan Cohen and I joining you from the Wells Fargo Center at the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia. Wow, what a day one. Yesterday we found out that DNC chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Florida Congresswoman, would not be presiding over the convention in light of the WikiLeaks email scandal. And now, this morning, what a scene at the Florida delegate breakfast. As Wasserman Schultz took the stage, Bernie delegates, Bernie Sanders supporters, stood up yelling shame, 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 holding signs in what appeared to be a coordinated effort. Some of the signs said emails, and we were right in the thick of that, going live on Facebook in this crowd. It was almost getting a little bit violent, wouldn't you say, Alan?
And yes, Haley, and the fact is that this antipathy by Bernie supporters to Debbie Wasserman Schultz has been growing for months because Bernie supporters believe that the Democratic National Committee was just not fair to his campaign. So Debbie Wasserman Schultz came to the Florida delegation basically to say goodbye, and this is what happened. Debbie Wasserman Schultz came to the Florida delegation's breakfast to say goodbye.
I thank President Obama for the honor of serving as the chair of the Democratic National Committee.
But no one could hear. Drowned out by shouting, screaming, chaos, and rancor, supporters of Bernie Sanders chased her from the stage.
Back that way.
Senator, how deeply disturbed were you about what you just saw?
It shows that we've still got work to do to bring people together.
New Jersey Senator Cory Booker addressed the delegation, then left as fast as he could.
I would say right now we have a real threat in Donald Trump, and we got a lot of work to do to beat him.
But Hillary Clinton is going to be nominated. She has the votes. He has endorsed her.
I just want you all to know. Neither candidate has obtained 2,383 delegates. Therefore, it is a contested convention.
Not according to Bernie Sanders, who has endorsed Hillary Clinton.
Senator Sanders has not conceded his campaign.
Coming up tonight, Bernie Sanders will address this convention, and one could only anticipate what he will say.
Yes, we are awaiting that. Of course, First Lady Michelle Obama also speaking. She was first anticipated to be the big speaker of the night, but it may be that Bernie Sanders will overshadow her speech. We'll have more on that tonight at 6. Back to you.
Thank you both. Be sure to stay with us all week long for the latest updates from the Democratic National Convention. Haley, Allen, and Adam Cellini will be in Philadelphia throughout the week, bringing you the latest developments on air, plus behind-the-scenes looks and exclusive interviews on our Facebook page. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump is using a town hall event to criticize Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Trump and his running mate, Indiana Governor Mike Pence, holding a rally in Roanoke, Virginia this afternoon. It's Trump and Pence's first campaign stop since they officially became the Republican Party nominees at last week's national convention in Cleveland. Trump also talked to the crowd about the importance of voting. Virginia is a battleground state and can play a key role in this year's presidential election. And voters will get a chance to ask Donald Trump anything you want this Wednesday night. According to Trump's campaign, the Republican presidential candidate is scheduled to host a Reddit Ask Me Anything session. It will start at 6:30 p.m. Trump's session will take place the same night President Obama and Vice President Biden are scheduled to speak at the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia. And Trump supporters may soon be able to visit a campaign headquarters office here on the Suncoast. The official Florida headquarters for the Trump campaign is located on State Street in downtown Sarasota. It's staffed by about a dozen people, but it's not open to the public. The co-chair of Trump's campaign in Florida, Joe Gruder, says they are currently looking for an office to open a public headquarters. Time now to get a first check on our weather. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan keeping track of what's going on this evening. Hi, Bob.
Thanks, Scott. A pretty nice day. Lots of sunshine around. Temperatures, again, into the low 90s. Fairly typical for this time of year. What's not typical are those afternoon and evening storms on the map. We're not seeing many around. Normally today we'd see this kind of firing up. There's an upper level low which continues to move off to the northeast, and that's kind of disrupted our normal flow. And 90 right now. It feels like about 99. And the dew point is at 74. Winds are out of the southwest at 9, and the pressure 30.03 inches, and for the most part holding steady. Now, we have had a few showers around, but most of the activity hasn't been all that strong in terms of severe storms or lightning strikes. We've had a few heavy rain showers move through Parrish now. Most of the action off the beaches. You can see some light rainfall occurring just north of the Manatee River, moving north at around 10 miles an hour. Elsewhere, a few spotty showers down near Northport and Warm Mineral Springs. Not a lot of activity, but still bringing some light rain showers. So the story is today, a hot one, not much rainfall around to cool us off. I'll let you know if that will continue coming up in a few minutes. Scott.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to new details on a shooting at a South Florida nightclub that left 2 teenagers dead. Police officers responded to Club Blue in Fort Myers just after midnight. They found several victims suffering from gunshot wound in the club's parking lot. According to witnesses, about 100 people between the ages of 12 and 17 years old were at the swimsuit-themed party. Police say a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old died during the shooting. 2 other victims are still in the hospital with potentially life-threatening injuries.
I've been here for now 17 years, and this is, in terms of gunshot wound victims, this is the worst I've ever seen it.
Police do not yet have a motive, but say the shooting is not an act of terror. Residents of the neighborhood near the club say the area is plagued by drug dealing and violence. Police have 3 people in custody and are searching for more. Happening tonight, a conversation between the NAACP, community groups, and local law enforcement. ABC 7's Kate Flexter talked to some key players in that conversation and joins us now with what they're hoping to accomplish tonight. Kate?
That's right, Scott. The meeting was canceled earlier this month due to security concerns. But tonight's event will be happening, and those we spoke to said they're hoping the conversation will bring about change.
Protests and violence around the nation after the deaths of 2 black men at the hands of police officers and the murder of 5 officers in Dallas and 3 officers in Baton Rouge. But in Sarasota, the NAACP and local law enforcement are looking to keep the peace through conversation. Pastor Kelvin Lumpkin was among those who initially called for the meeting, and he says clear communication is key.
We wanted to have a discussion with our local law enforcement to see what we could do to make sure that this kind of thing never happens in Sarasota.
Sarasota's police chief declined to comment until after the meeting, as did the NAACP. But Lumpkin says among the things he hopes to discuss is officer training and how to avoid any inherent bias or profiling.
Have they had sensitivity training? What have they done to ensure that a law enforcement officer doesn't draw a conclusion about an African American or Hispanic young man, and have they dealt with their fear?
Plus, he says the community is eager to have this conversation. The initial meeting was canceled due to security concerns after an AK-47 and AR-7 rifle were stolen in 2 separate burglaries. The cancellation led to an impromptu meeting among community members that same night. Greg Cruz of Answer Suncoast was at that impromptu meeting and says the community is ready for change.
The community is sick of it, and I know that because I live in this community. I know a lot of people in this community, and it's just to the point where we're just sick, we're fed up.
That's why Cruz says tonight's conversation will only be successful in combination with action.
Like, let's try to talk one last time and, express what's going on and kind of put the ball in their court, and hopefully something changes.
The meeting will be held tonight from 6:30 to 8:30 at the Robert L. Taylor Center. We'll have continuing coverage on that meeting. Scott?
All right, Kate, thank you. A Sarasota police officer is one of 9 officers sharing his personal thoughts and feelings. Huffington Post recently published a blog titled "What Cops Are Feeling Right Now." Police officers from across the country shared in their own words what they wanted to say to Americans right now. SPD officer Juan Sanchez was quoted as saying, "It's so sad to see all the hate in this world towards police officers. When I, just like any other police officer across America, took an oath to serve and protect, we did so because this is what we love doing. Regardless of those that want to make police look bad and the people that want to harm us, I will continue doing what I love most." End quote. In Sarasota, fire damages a restaurant in Sarasota County. The 3-alarm fire broke out at the Brasserie 41 restaurant in Nokomis around noon. When crews arrived there, smoke was coming right out of the roof. The restaurant is attached to Bentley's Boutique Hotel on South Tamiami Trail. Firefighters with Sarasota County, Venice, and Nokomis worked together to control it. There's no word yet on what sparked the fire or how much damage it caused. From the Sunshine State to the Golden State. Still to come in your Suncoast News, details on a new nonstop flight that's coming to Tampa International. And ABC 7's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast for the rest of the week. And then later in Health Smart, new research on cocktails, how drinking alcohol may impact your risk for certain cancers. The story coming up.
Florida Studio Theater presents The Roommate by Jen Silverman, now playing through August 7th. Brooklyn meets Iowa City when Sharon finds a sensible roommate, but it's far from what she expected. Don't miss what critics are saying is laugh out loud funny, with unexpected turns and emotional depth. The Roommate is now playing through August 7th. Purchase tickets now by calling 941-366-9000 or visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Getting to and from the Golden State will soon be a little easier. Tampa International Airport announcing United Airlines will begin nonstop daily flights to San Francisco early next year. Those flights will make it easier for people working with Tampa's growing technology industry to get to Silicon Valley. It will also provide easy access to international destinations in the Asia-Pacific region. Flights will be offered starting February 16th. And it's looking more likely like Orlando International Airport will start moving forward with an expansion project. More than 40 million passengers used the airport between May of 2015 and May of this year. And that makes the 5th consecutive month that 12-month traffic at the airport has been above 38.5 million passengers. The airport's governing board voted it could build a southern airport terminal if traffic surpassed the 38.5 million mark for 6 straight months. The board says it could break ground early next year and have the 5 new gates open by 2019. ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now, and we start the new week on Wall Street, Richard, with some down arrows.
Scott, you're absolutely right, but I confess our viewers have to remember that we've been up for 4 consecutive weeks. Today's down day was only the 2nd down day in the last 12 days of trading, and oil stocks led the market lower as oil, those of us as consumers say thank you. Oil is down to $43 a barrel. We've also got some big items coming up later in the week. The Fed is meeting Tuesday and Wednesday. No expectation for a rate increase, we hope, and also some big earnings reports. 3M, McDonald's, and a company called Apple. Should be for a very interesting week. Let's take a look at the figures today. The Dow was down by 118 points at the low, but not so at the close. Down almost 78 points, closing at 18,493.06, a loss of just over 0.4% on volume of 637 million shares. The NASDAQ for the day barely moved. Take a look at that, down 0.05%, just over 2.5 points, closing at 5,097.63 on light volume of 1,426 million shares. The S&P fell right in the middle of those two, down 0.3%, 6.5 points, closing at 2,168.48. Well, perhaps you've been hearing for weeks now that Verizon just might buy Yahoo. Well, it's not a rumor anymore. The auction came through, and for the mere price of, drum roll please, $4.83 billion. Yahoo is now going to be part of Verizon. That deal is expected to close in the first quarter of next year. Don't forget, Verizon bought AOL last year for $4.4 billion. So Verizon is certainly remaking its company, no question about that. And Scott, you might be interested to know that Marissa Mayer, who is the chairperson of Yahoo, well, she is going to be out the door, it seems, and in her 4-year tenure, she will only have made about $219 million. So that's with her severance, of course.
That's all, huh?
That's all.
Okay. And you also have some news on Under Armour, which has been struggling as of late.
Has been struggling, but there's rumors that the football season is starting soon. Jersey sales are off to a record start, and Under Armour is the beneficiary of that. Certainly, there are other manufacturers as well, but Under Armour, a major player in that industry.
And I know you join me, and we can't wait for that season to start. All right, Richard, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Bob is back, and just back from Ohio to celebrate your parents' anniversary.
That's
and,
right. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I tell you that. Yeah, back. Thanks. Scott and Haley did a little video clip and showed a nice, a kind of a compilation of all the days gone by, 60 years of marriage, what a bliss. And Dick Vitale even did something which was kind of nice. Yeah, we showed that, and that was a big hit too. Hot up there. It was actually hotter up in Ohio than it was down here in Florida. I was wishing for the days back here in Florida because there's a little breeze down here. There was no breeze up there. I tell you, we've got a nice shot from Lakewood Ranch. Today, a little different. Lakewood Ranch not showing much out there in terms of storms. We've had a few clouds, a few showers occasionally moving on by, but most of it staying offshore. So if you're at the beaches today, it looks pretty good and should stay that way throughout the rest of this week, really. Weather headlines look like this. System changes things up. That's what happened today. We don't have nearly as many storms as we normally would. That's due to an upper level low, which is moving across the Gulf of Mexico right now. Drier air moves in on Tuesday, and looks like it will stick around, and that means fewer storms throughout this work week anyway. I think by the weekend, we'll get back to that afternoon and evening variety of storms, which will be rather heavy, producing some lightning strikes. But you'll notice a general trend here. Most of it is from the south moving to the north. There's no easterly push here, so the coast looks pretty good for this evening anyway, and just a few showers anticipated even inland areas. A lot of rainfall offshore. That's due to that upper level system that continues to move away from us. But near Northport, Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda and Charlotte Harbor, a few showers down there. We had some rain in Manatee County, near Waterleaf and also near Parrish. But the forecast through this evening looks to be pretty good, so if you have some plans, it will be warm, but temperatures in the low 80s, not many lightning strikes out there this evening. Temperatures right now along the state, 89 degrees in Miami, 89 as well in Key West, and temperature of 90 in Lake Placid. Northport with that rain and cloudiness nearby, it's 83. Punta Gorda, some rain as well, cooling things down to 83. 90 in Sarasota near the water, into the mid 80s in Cortez, and also into Bradenton, it's 88 degrees. Well, here's your hourly forecast for tomorrow. Look for temperatures to start into the upper 70s, so a little bit warmer than normal, and we'll top out pretty quickly into the low 90s right on in through the afternoon, early afternoon hours. The rain chance, though, very small, only at 20%. For a few passing showers tomorrow. You'll notice those winds will be out of the east to start the day off tomorrow, anywhere from 5 to 10. There's a little switch to the southwesterly direction in the afternoon and evening with that sea breeze kicking in, but with the dry air in place, we're not anticipating many storms. That dry air into the mid-levels of the atmosphere. As you may have noticed, this is very, very hot. Not many storms have made their way through the Gulf of Mexico over the past 7 years or so, and we're continuing to monitor that. And water temperatures are extremely warm, especially over southern Louisiana and also into just off Texas. You can see some temperatures right here just off Sarasota, 89 degrees. And it looks like this water temperature could be a problem as storms enter into it, if they do, during the heart of the season, which is fast approaching into August and September. So we'll keep an eye on that. But right now, this is the water vapor content in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. It's showing some extremely dry air in, and that means in place, and that means we won't see many storms tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday starting to get a little bit, but looks like most of this work week will stay relatively quiet as far as storms go. Well, here's the boating forecast for tomorrow. Slight chance for storms. We'll have southeast to south winds at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet and a light chop. And the extended forecast looks like this. Rain chances, I mentioned, staying pretty low for this time of year. 40% chance on Friday. And then the weekend, we get back to that afternoon and evening variety of storms, but most of the day should be okay. Scott?
Okay, Bob, thank you. In Suncoast Traffic Watch right now, there's some traffic backed up in Sarasota on Fruitville Road. This is right near the interstate as you head off to the east, but nothing else. Looks pretty good tonight. In health news this evening, a new study reveals drinking alcohol may cause several types of cancer. In a meta-analysis published in the journal Addiction, researchers reviewed major reputable studies done over the last decade on alcohol and cancer. Researchers say they found a causal link between alcohol consumption and part of the throat, larynx, esophagus, liver, colon, rectum, and the female breast. There's also growing evidence suggesting a strong link between alcohol and other cancers such as prostate, pancreatic, and melanoma. But it's not strong enough yet to prove a cause and effect relationship. A detailed new map of the human brain's outer layer identifies nearly 100 areas that have not been previously reported. That's according to a study by Washington University in St. Louis. Researchers say this proves the human cortex is even more complex than originally thought. The new map may ultimately help brain surgeons plan operations. It may also help scientists better understand autism, schizophrenia, and dementia. Only a small fraction of federal subsidies support fresh produce production. The majority go into commodity crops. That's according to a report from the CDC. From 1995 to 2010, the government spent $170 billion in agricultural subsidies to produce ingredients that make junk food cheap and plentiful. These include things like corn, soybeans, wheat, rice, milk, and meat. Although they're not unhealthy on their own, many are turned into addictive, like corn sweeteners, industrial oils, processed meats, and refined carbohydrates. Still ahead, how a lightning storm caused extensive damage and put the brakes on a busy commuter train service over the weekend. And it's out with the old and in with the new. A piece of American heartland is blown right into the water. I'll tell you all about this coming up.
Hi friends, I'm Linda Carson from ABC7 and the Suncoast View. Bring your blankets and your dance moves and join me July 29th at the Van Wezel for Friday Fest on the Bay. Reggae band Jah Mufa will be grooving on stage playing feel-good music guaranteed to make you dance. We'll be outside the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall with food, friends, and fun until the sun goes down. For more information, call this number or visit vanwezel.org and the Suncoast scene page at mysuncoast.com.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
And track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Looks like we're getting another new neighbor.
Now you could be the millionaire next door. Play Monopoly Florida Edition scratch-off games with a top prize of $5 million. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
A growing wildfire is forcing thousands of people to leave their homes in Southern California. Those flames have been burning in the Los Angeles National Forest since Friday afternoon. That's just north of Los Angeles. One person has been killed so far. At least 20,000 residents and 10,000 homes have been evacuated. 200 more commercial buildings are threatened. The flames have charred other structures, including a well-known filming location. Firefighters say the dry conditions are fueling these flames.
The fuel conditions are extremely dry. We're about a month to a month and a half ahead of schedule for our dryness of fuels, and they're dry and brittle, and they're explosive right now.
The smoke from the wildfire could be seen as far away as Las Vegas. That's about 270 miles away. As of today, the fire is about 10% contained. Lightning lit up the night skies over Chicago this weekend, and the storm on Saturday caused a train to derail. A bolt struck the cars and engulfed them into flames. The explosion also tore away part of the walkway to the train platform, some of it landing on the tracks. There were also reports of downed trees and debris from that storm. Some consider rain on your wedding day to be good luck, but what about falling trees? Newlyweds in New Hampshire had a tree crash down on their reception. The tree fell onto the outdoor wedding tent as thunderstorms passed through that area. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The couple says they believe the tree is good luck, and if they can make it through a mini tornado, they can make it through anything. Great way to look at it. An 80-year-old landmark in Kentucky is now just rubble. A towboat blew a horn 3 times right before the Egner's Ferry Bridge was imploded. The bridge originally opened way back in 1932. It was closed earlier this year after a new bridge was built. A crane will now remove what's left of that bridge at a later date. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a well-known businessman has another housing idea here on the Suncoast. A number of homes that may soon pop up on a lot in North Sarasota. Plus, a possible scam targeting restaurants here on the Suncoast. One business owner warns others about the cleaning scheme. Details right ahead.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Civic for $174 and no down payment, just $174. Get great clearance deals now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
That's Chuck, proud homeowner, regular do-it-yourselfer. Today he's attempting an electrical repair. This is Pablo. He's an electrician with Mr. Sparky. How's he doing, Pablo?
Terrible, Mike.
Yeah. What Chuck doesn't realize is that almost 68,000 home fires are caused every year by electrical problems.
What?
If he doesn't have the proper tools and training, he's liable to start the next one.
Little help here!
That's what I'm talking about.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
You might want to write that number down.
Dog days of summer got you down? Beat the heat with huge summer savings during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll be the coolest family on the block in your all-new Chrysler Pacifica for just $27,999. Or get the lowest price ever on a new Dodge Journey, just $15,999. And right now, get up to $10,000 off a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Accord for $189 and no down payment, just $189 or 0.9% APR. Get great clearance deals now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.